Hi everyone, we're going to be looking at Microsoft today, and if you have an opinion on this stock that differs from mine, please share it in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are, but I'm very excited about this one. I feel like this is one that is clearly a good company to hold long term, and so right now we're just going to kind of go through a brief technical analysis to see what do I think is a decent time to buy or sell or hold on to this stock. And this is one of our last stocks in terms of that FANG section. So we can finally wrap up that piece of our portfolio and move on to the next section. So what I traditionally do is I'll just draw in 5 lines. This first line we can draw all the way up here at its ultimate high at about 341. Then we'll draw in a low, which today I'm gonna put it right here at about 218. I realize in other trend analysis I might put it down here at like 129 or possibly 194, but because this one seems to have broken that 218 mark back in early 21 and hasn't gone below it since, I feel like that is a clear indicator that we can say that is the true bottom of this stock. And so if we draw in a potential sell point, I feel like 305 is a good figure for us today. And I'm just basing that off of back in the roughly the 8th to 10th month of 21. It was a resistance line, came back again in the 1st through about the 4th month of 22. Again, we saw resistance. And then more recently in the 8th month of 22, it didn't get nearly as close to that 302 mark. So I feel like if it did rise above that, that would be a time to consider selling out of this stock, or at least, making some profit on it. In terms of a buy point, and once again, because this one's different in the fact that we're not looking at the full 3 years per se, we're more so looking at, I'd say, about the past 2 years, since this mark is about January of 21. If I was looking to buy this one, I feel like right here-ish would be a decent time to buy, anytime below or roughly at this roughly 237 mark. And I'm just basing that off of the fact that it went above that mark back in the 4th month of 21, tested it in the 5th month, but didn't really go below it, stayed above for maybe not a full year, but close to it, came back and was very close, right around like 242, which is just $5 difference back in the 6th month of 22. Tested the line in the 9th month of 22, broke it, but came right back within a month, broke it again, came surging back in just back-to-back weeks. Here we go again. It broke that line again just about 2 months ago, and the next month it came right back. So it looks like it's definitely possible to catch this one again at 237, and especially right now it's trending downwards. So I do think 237 is a logical time to buy. So I'm going to update our spreadsheet over here, and we'll say a buy point's 237. A sell point we'll have at 302. And then if I was looking at like a fair market value for this one, and we'll make that line blue for us, this point seems to be a fair value. And I kind of base that on a couple things. Mainly, is there like support slash resistance to that line? And there does seem to be. There was some support back here, a little bit more support here, a couple weeks in a row where it danced on that line, and then all of a sudden it acted as a resistance line for a number of months. It cracked it, came back down, and then again acted as resistance. So that might be like an intermediary sell point at about 271, and so that to me seems like a decent way to play this one in the short term. Is if we can catch this one close to like 237, 240, buy one or two shares, and then if it were to rise to 270, maybe sell one and hold the other in case it does continue to rise. We can still say we have some stake in it. And if it does come crashing back down, we can still say that, oh, we made some profit on it. And then if it drops back down to that 237, 240 range, we can add another one or two, assuming we have the funds to do that. But that seems to be a good way for how I would play this one in the near term in this next year. So I would say right now, not really going to make an official move on it. I think it's definitely on the right side of me making a buy in this one because it's definitely below what I would consider fair market value, and it's definitely on the closer side to that 237 mark that I laid out here in green. Uh, I just me today, I feel like there's definitely a chance that it's going to continue trending downwards, even though after hours it is going up, but just a very small percentage. So I'm not going to put too much weight into that. Again, I do have some videos marked out on this one that I want to watch and just kind of get a better understanding on what they've been up to these past 2 months. So I'll keep everybody in the loop, especially myself here, on what's kind of going on with them so that I can stay very informed on kind of what to expect in this company in the months to come and the years to come. But overall, right now, I'm gonna just hold on this one. I'm not gonna add or sell or anything, but I think it's nearing a time, so I might mark this one in orange to show that it's getting close to a point that I'd be considering buying. And so, if you're unfamiliar with these are all the stocks that I'm trying to keep up with as we go, and I'm open to adding more. But so far, this is kind of the portfolio that I want to work with and hopefully stay as up to date as possible on. So we have Microsoft right here that we added, and if you're wondering what the orange is, you can see I have this little color code system over here, and so orange would be it's close to a move. So if this one pulls back to, honestly, if it came back to like 245 or less, yeah, I'd probably pull the trigger on it just because it's close enough to my optimal buy point that could I wait for that extra $7? Yeah, but I might miss out on an opportunity to get it at that low because it might continue to trend upwards at any moment. So that's my feelings on it. And then of course you can just kind of see the other ones. The reds would be something I'd consider selling or shorting it. Greens are other companies that I'm looking into buying. Haven't actually made a purchase on it, but probably will in the near future. These blue ones are ones that I've recently made a purchase or sell of the company. And then this yellow, uh, this one I still need to do some work on, and I'll probably kind of go through these listings until I get there, but the yellow ones are, I'm looking to add some sort of gambling type stocks, which is most likely going to be DraftKings since it's at a, at a very quick glance, it seems to be the most dominant gambling type stock in the market today. And so I'd rather just go with uh, what's currently the best and kind of ride that one for as long as I can. And then I'm also interested in like a marijuana type stock. These are the ones that came up first. So of course more research will have to be done into those. And then I think what's also important, especially if you want to follow these with me, is the dates of the last time I've looked at these. Uh, so for example, I made a purchase of AMD, but this was at this point like a week ago. So I don't know if it's still at that point, but that's roughly the point that I was able to get it. And that kind of goes along with these orange ones and green ones, so pay attention to those because um, there's quite a handful of these stocks here. So if we, it might take, depending on my schedule at work and whatever, it might be 2 or 3 weeks before I circle back to a company, and it could be wildly different depending on when you watch this. So just keep that in mind. I want you to kind of pay attention to that too as we go. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.